I just wanted to take a minute, let you guys know I fully support the Ukrainians. That flag's going to stay here, and it's probably going to stay here a long time. Every time I look at that, I'm going to remember that it's so good to live in the U.S. And I mean that with the bottom of my heart. Okay, those of you who's been in the military understand where my sentiment comes from, and probably a bunch of you that hasn't. But I can't do a thing to help people. I wish I could. If there was, I'd be doing it. But that's just what life is sometimes. Okay, what we've got today, actually, let's get right on to the topic, is I see there's an interest in you guys heat treating your own pistons, and I've told you the temperatures and the times. 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 4 hours. And then when you pull the piston out, you just grab it out of the oven with something, dump it right in cold water. Just quench it. Because the heating process lays the platelets right down, as we discussed. But if you let that just air reduction, they go back to being crystally. But when you quench that, when that's hot, it locks them in place. It's much stronger. It's really surprisingly stronger. Yeah, another old dirt bike trick. But we've talked about getting rid of the stress risers. And let me show you what I'm talking about. See the points on this piston? See them sharp edges everywhere? See that? And right out along here and here. It's very obvious right here, isn't it? That'll make a mark on your cylinder on the intake side, believe me. So this is going to be a tiny, short little video probably, unless I get to yakking about something that is important to me. This is what I do to them. I taper them off. Don't go crazy. Just do a nice taper. You don't want to get where you're altering your intake timing. That's one thing to look for. And then I get rid of all of everything on the inside there that is sharp edges. And let me refer that back to that, so you can make the comparisons, And I guess I ought to turn the piston the same way, like that. Okay. This is a nice cleanup. Don't bother to polish them inside, don't. Because you got to remember, as that piston's coming down, it's still getting air-fuel mixture. It gets trapped in there, builds pressure. When the transfer's open, it sends up the transfers. Okay, so what you're really trying to do, you're not trying to get fuel to puddle in there. You don't want that. They're nice and smooth and just gorgeous, which really looks nice, but it does you no good. But one thing you do want to do is on your piston skirt, bevel that at about a 45 degree. Okay. Take a little 180 and make sure that's nice and smooth. See, when that's beveled like that, that'll trap just a whisker of oil and fuel. It'll run that oil up through past that piston. Now, this is, I think I told you, it's for Train Grows. Train, how you doing, buddy? This is for Train Saw that I'm building for him. And I'm prepping the cylinder. But I wanted to take a minute and show you this. But I've got something else to show you, too. I knew I was going to get sidetracked. You know it, too, didn't you? So let me get this put back in. This is for a whole nother build. I have Mike out in Mass sent me something. He's the one that sent me that little bitty Bandit home light. Flip top caps. Yes, for the Husqvarna. These caps, I dumbfounded me. He said, hey, I'm going to send you some. You're going to like them. I go, okay. I don't like them on a steel. I hate the darn things. Too many times of cutting and have that cat not on right and fuel dump right down my leg. Get it all over my chaps. It's always on my right leg. Dump the fuel out. Didn't like it at all. But these are halfway between the steel caps and the OEM caps with the saw. What's really cool, you just flip the darn thing up. I could do this with gloves. Mike, thanks, man. Now, he sent these. They say right on them for the 455, 460 Rancher, but they fit the 372s. So anything that they would fit for 372, I'm sure it'll fit a whole bunch of other saws. This is something I really like. I'm going to get a few pair of these for some personal saws and to let some of you guys try them out on saws that I send to you. And if you don't like them, put your old ones back on. But I'm old school. I think you're gonna like that flip thing. It doesn't take a lot of pressure. You bring it up, seat the rubber, little twist, lock it down. No more scrunch if you get stuck or leaving it loose. These are, I like them, but I've got the oil cap and everything on it. We're gonna have this saw to wood here. I think Friday. I'm kind of right in the middle of some stuff. Mike sent me a saw. We've been talking about this for quite a long time. It's a round to it project. He says, I got something for you just when you get around to it. Well, I'm going to tell you, not every saw is pretty. This is another 61. He did a top end or something. Something didn't kind of work out quite right for him. It doesn't have a lot of compression. We can fix anything. Let's just see how pretty we can make this look. We've got kind of a chain brake problem here. Just an old work saw. Be interesting. So that's probably a down the road for sure project. And it'll be another fun build, but I've got to get to my steels. I've got several steels to build for you guys. I'm really interested in doing that. I'm going to slide a 394 or a 395 build in here, hopefully the next day or so. It's something I've already been doing, but you make stock footage as you progress, and then you get a video. So that's kind of cool. Gas prices are up. Your money's worth is going down. I don't know what to tell you. I know what it's doing to me. I can weather it right now, but am I going to 1 year out from now? Where am I going to be at? Where are you going to be at? We might be hooking a team of mules up to the old wagon just to go to town here. I don't know. It could be worse. It could. I could not have a team of mules, right? Well, it's like this. I ain't riding no bicycle. I'm not. I'm just not that guy. You know something? I'm going to give you a little something personal. Some of you, not many, know that I haven't been feeling really good for the past 6 months. Really. I actually get down to the point where I get darn sick. Well, you go to the doctors, this and that. Well, the last doctor's visit was December 22nd. Other than yesterday, I went to the VA. And I'm going to tell you what, I got a little upset about this whole deal. As bad as I feel sometimes, periodically, it's like it comes and goes every 2-3 weeks. I get right down to the point. I was from November to December, I was so darn sick, I couldn't even come out here. I was that bad. Now, you got to realize that's also when Barb is doing a lot of baking and extra cooking through the holidays. Well, I found out yesterday that I'm a diabetic, and they knew it at the VA December 22nd. Yes, my blood sugar was over 600 then. Yes, nobody said a word. Well, they keep changing doctors, and I got a little upset. I got a good doctor now. Hopefully he sticks. He's an old gentleman from Louisiana, old Army doctor. Straight talk, right to the point, no crap. He says, Harvey, you're going to have a heart attack. I says, well, I don't want to hear that. He says, your lab results from today, he says, your sugar's over 500. He said, we can't have that. So, okay, is this going to make me feel better? I hope so, because I tell you what, there's a lot of days it's really rough on me. I can barely get through the day sometimes. Okay, that means a complete diet change. Well, as you know, you guys knew last year I got where I was losing some pretty good weight. Well, I pounded a little bit of it back on through the winter. But the way it sounds to me, I had to get a kick out of the doc. He says, Harvey, he says, you like steak, don't you? Mm-hmm. He says, you like that good heavy roast beef and pork chops. Oh, boy. He says, mashed taters and gravy. Mm-hmm. He says, everything you like, you just quit eating it. I said, I did? Yeah. He said, that or you're going to die. He says, you just tell me which way you want to go. He says, in fact, don't even tell me. Just make a conscious decision. So I looked at him, and he says, I had to do it too. He says, about 10 years ago, had the same problem. He says, and it was holy heck. He says, it's hard for me to adjust. So the carbs will go. The red meat goes. Eat more fish. Fish is expensive here, but I'm going to do it. So because everything I really truly like, I can't have. Let's just see how this goes. That was bad news. In case those of you don't know, your blood sugar should be around 140. So when you're over 500, you can understand that the old iron horse is just out of it. This is explaining why some of my vision problems, why that I drop everything, why my fingers are numb, all this stuff. Explains all muscle aches and pains to the degree that I just can hardly handle it sometimes. I'm looking forward to a new future with you guys. Those of you that stay to the end, I really thank you. All of you subscribers mean everything to me. Okay, this is going to be a short. I will be making more video through the day. So if I come up with something more, we'll put it up. If not, I will be seeing you tomorrow. Unless my whole world gets turned upside down again. But away we go. Goodbye.